So today we are near Justin, Texas, and we're about to pack up and head out. We're gonna try to get to Tyler, Texas tonight, and maybe possibly meet up with some good friends of ours. And then our ultimate goal is to get to Gloucester, Louisiana. What this does is allow me to fill the black tank and flush all that. So, I have these little tire minders. What this does is relays wirelessly inside the coach and tells me what my tire pressure is, what the heat of the tires are. But the issue is that they're difficult to put on. What I was doing was had them kind of like this going down the road, and it's not terrible, but the problem is if you can think of it's slinging this, and my father felt like that it was contributing to breaking the stems. So and that made a lot of sense to me. So what I'm going to do is try to take this hubcap off and put this directly onto the stem, and then put the hubcap over it and see if that works. We are heading to Kaufman, Texas, and we're gonna meet up and have some, I guess, a late lunch, early dinner with Tommy and Michelle Brandt, and of course Brandt as well. We're heading off. Usually before we go anywhere, we always pray, and the prayer that we usually pray, we don't like to get into just cookie cutter prayers, but what we're really praying is protection, and that we arrive safely. Gale likes to say, without incident or accident. So Father, we just thank you that we are safe in your arms as we travel today from here and we will arrive safely in Kaufman, Texas. And we thank you that you are God, you are incredible. We honor you, we love you, and we are grateful for the life that we live. In Jesus' name. And we are with our great friends Charlie and Sandra Mahone. So stay tuned with us today, because I'm going to take you guys with us a little bit on this behind the scenes journey.
In 1803. And this is the church now, the original.
Oh, yes.
And I'm there in turquoise.
Oh, look at that. Oh, so cool.
So, this site was founded back in 1796 by a man named Louis Metoyer.
who in himself was a very unique individual, mainly because he was a free man of color, a former slave actually. So it's kind of something that's not really that unheard of, but well, you do hear it occasionally, but it's just kind of unheard of for that time period, for a former slave to own his own plantation, to even have slaves of his own. And that's because his mother was an African slave woman by the name of Marie Therese Coin, also pronounced Quan. These are his freedom emancipation papers. They date back to 1867. Now, once he was freed, he lived inside this home with his wife as sharecroppers until the 1920s. Wow. And so a lot of the things you're finding in here are originally his, including the bed in the middle, an original rope bed. That's where we get the terms sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite from, actually. Right now was originally part of the porch. It was converted into this bedroom to have more space into the home, actually. And so while we're in here, we're going to find two pieces of original furniture that are associated to the Henry era, the early 1900s. This bed frame is the first. It's called a half-teaster bed. So we saw at the Yucca house how the windows and doors would normally open in parallel for a cross piece to come through. The same exact thing would have been done here, but with these types of beds, you have netting now draped from the head to the foot of it normally, some type of mosquito netting, if you will. The other piece of original furniture is this chair over here to my left. Now, I know this chair might seem a little off, but it was actually built like this on purpose for a guest who stayed here frequently. Her name was Janet Miller. And when she was 5 or around that age, she developed polio, which caused her right leg to go significantly shorter than her left. So in a normal chair, she'd be slightly off, and this chair, she's sitting up straight like everyone else. It's a very nice gesture. There's a lot of work we're going to make. Now, if you're looking at the walls inside this bedroom, you're going to find the same type of cypress beam fuchsia we saw over at the Yucca house. We believe 4 different rooms are made with the same form of construction. You'll also find another bedroom over here to my left. This is for the daughter of the Henry family. They have 7 boys and 1 girl. Their daughter was their youngest child, and they named her Cammie Henry Jr., actually. So it's kind of a interesting thing to do. Now, all those toys in that room are her toys from her childhood that were donated back to site after her death. You'll find walkers, sleds. I'm pretty sure those dolls were not in those chairs yesterday.